Hello YouTube, Robert Alvarez, the Psychic Witch, also known as Mr. Lighting in a Fan. So this is the part 2 of About Rainbow Mountain Resort and more. So a few things. So first of all, the knock at my door was one of the staff members wanted to have a private reading with me. And if I do say so myself, it was a fantastic reading. Interestingly enough, I was drawn to using 2 tarot decks at the same time. Now, normally in my professional psychic practice, if I'm using 2 different tarot decks, it's usually a couple's reading, or let's say that there are 2 people who are exploring being business partners together, and the reading would be like, well, let's see what's in store for us. And so I found it odd that I was using 2 tarot decks, but my psychic guides were like, you're going to use this one and you're going to use this one, and I said fine. So that's what I did. It was interesting because, you know, normally when I do a couples reading and I use a tarot deck for each person, I will look to see if a certain card comes out with both decks. And interestingly enough, the Lover's card came out in both decks with this particular client. And I promptly informed him that you're going to have the most amazing romantic relationship of your life. He didn't believe me for shit. I didn't care. I told him, when it happens, you'll be thinking of me. So today is Saturday, September 12th, 2015. Tonight is the night of the dark moon in Virgo. The dark moon is a name for the night before the new moon. And I definitely am looking forward to my dark moon ritual, and I will tell you why. So I very rarely, hang out on a Friday night. Even when I had full-time positions of employment, it wasn't like, oh, it's Friday night, I'm going to hang out, my thing was, if I want to do something on a Monday night, or a Tuesday night, or a Wednesday night, or a Thursday night, I'm going to do it. So I hung out with some friends in the area, and I went to bed around 3 o'clock this morning. Now, at some point while I was asleep, a spirit, as in a ghost, decided to take a massive amount of my energy. And I remember waking up like, why do I feel so... when it comes to ghost hunting and spirit things, I'm not that well versed. And I acknowledge that. I have no problem acknowledging that, because you know what? It's not my forte. I feel that as a professional psychic, I have a responsibility to be aware of various metaphysical studies, and certainly various systems of divination. But that certainly doesn't mean that I have to become an expert in all of them, because I don't know if that could ever... I don't even know if that's possible to achieve in one lifetime. I feel that if a client comes to me wanting to know about something, I need to be able to say, oh, I happen to know a lot about that, let me tell you what you need to know. Or, you know what, I don't know about that, but you can visit this website, you can read this author's books, etc. That's how I roll, Anyway, so what happened was, I didn't realize it. I didn't realize it at first. I just remember I woke up, I was exhausted, and I thought to myself, you know what, I've only slept a few hours. But historically, I sleep 4 to 6 hours a night. I can count on one hand how many times I have slept 8 hours a night as an adult. And I would have fingers left over. So, I think it's a shock and a miracle that so far this year, what's left of it anyway, I've actually had 2 nights of sleep where I literally slept 8 hours or a little bit more, because that does not happen in the world of Robert Alvarez, the Psychic Witch, or Robert Alvarez, the openly gay Afro-Cuban man, or Robert Alvarez, me, So with that being said, I remained exhausted in spite of drinking 2 big glasses of grapefruit juice for breakfast, and, well, I had more, but still. And then splashing cold water on my face, brushing my hair, all the things that I know work for me to like wake myself the fuck up, wasn't working. And then finally, I texted a very good friend of mine who is very intuitive, very knowledgeable about magical things and spiritual things. And I said to him, you know what? I have a feeling that a spirit took my energy while I was sleeping. And he said, you're right. And when you get back, go to the woods and you know what to do. Well, there are woods all over the place because, you know, Rainbow Mountain Resort is on 25 acres of beautiful earth energy. And so I went on one of the nature trails and I called upon every goddess that I could think of healing, of protection, of divine restoration. I meditated, I prayed, and I'm going to tell you all a little secret. So whatever gunk you have, especially energetic gunk, give it to the earth. I know you might think you're doing a bad thing, but no. It really works. Whatever gunk you have, whatever crap you have, whatever drama, whatever nonsense is going on around you or within you energetically, give it to the earth. Visualize yourself just like shedding it, like a snake sheds its skin. Or, to be more graphic, as if you're excreting all of that gunky energy. You know, just let it all go. Just send that into the earth. It makes a huge difference, and you're actually helping heal the earth by doing that. I was taught this by somebody who is a fellow witch that I hold in very high esteem, one of my dearest friends, and when he taught me that, it made a humongous difference. And quite frankly, it still does. And I'm living proof, because I can tell you that a few hours ago, I literally was forcing myself to climb the stairs to go to my room. And when I came back from a great place in the area, which I'll talk about either in this video or in the next video, I didn't even think about it. I just remember climbing the stairs like nothing. And it was like nothing. It was like, I can do this and not even think about it. And that's exactly what happened. I climbed the stairs and thought nothing of it. So I'm happy that I feel more wide awake. I'm happy that I surrendered and released all of that gunky energy to Mother Earth, or as I know him, Father Gib. In the ancient Egyptian pantheon, which is my primary pantheon, Gib is the Egyptian god of the earth. He is the divine consort of Nut, the ancient Egyptian goddess of the starry night skies. So I gave it up to them, and I feel wonderful, and I feel more alive. Alive, alert, awake. You know, all of those A's, like Alvarez. Anyway, so I am having a beautiful time. I'm a little sad that I'm returning to home, but no, that's not true. I'm happy that I'm going back home tomorrow. I'm sad that I'm leaving here tomorrow, because this is a beautiful place, and the staff has been wonderful, and the area is beautiful, and you know, as I've stated online on numerous occasions, I love Pennsylvania. It doesn't matter if it's East Stroudsburg or New Hope or Center City section of Philadelphia. I love this state. The state makes me very happy. So one of the staff members who had a phenomenal reading with me told me about a store that sells crystals, and I was like, oh, well, I want to check this out. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? This was not just a store. This was a botanica. Now, let me tell you something. There are a lot of white people in this area, okay? That's not a bad thing. But when I heard Spanish being spoken, I was like, get the fuck out of here. And by fellow Caribbeans. They're Puerto Rican. I'm Cuban. Hey. I'm like, oh my God, I'm hearing Spanish. You know, I was like, whoa, where am I? But it was funny. The owner, well, I guess she's the owner too, but the owner's wife was talking about how so many Latinos are moving from New York and New Jersey to here, because the cost of living here is less, and real estate prices are a lot lower, and it's the truth, because You know, I spent a lot of time in New York City. I live in New Jersey. I live not too far from Midtown Manhattan in New Jersey. And yeah, let me tell you, you know, rents are high in my area. They're super low over here. So I can understand why people would want to like buy something, you know, in which to live, you know, here. Although she was also saying, you know, when I forget something at the store, I need to drive half an hour to get it if I want to go back. Now I don't have that problem. I mean, if I forget something, I have numerous grocery stores and a few supermarkets from which to choose. I can just like, oh, I'm gonna go there, you know. So, and I don't need to like get into a car and drive there. I can walk there, and usually get there if I'm walking super fast, a minute or two, depending upon where it is. But the fact of the matter is, yes, I'm happy where I live, but I'm happy being here too, and I cannot wait to return. So, so for those of you who have any thought that maybe a spirit, a ghost, took your energy, now you know what to do. Oh, and of course, being Latino, I had my Florida water and I splashed myself. I mean, I kept having a vision of like taking the... I'll demonstrate, but not literally. So here's my favorite Florida water. I love this one because it's made with floral extracts, hence the Florida water name. But it also contains orange and cinnamon. This is a great Florida water if you want to honor Oshun. Because even look at the gold and the black. It's like that's Oshun all over the place. So I had this vision in my mind of while I was on the bench in the woods earlier, just taking it and doing like this and just pouring it down like this. I have done this once before, and unfortunately it got into my eyes, so I don't do it anymore. But I decided to do a visualization of me taking this. So yes, it was unbidden. It came to me like a psychic vision, because it was a psychic vision, and then I turned that psychic vision into a visualization. So I visualized myself doing this, pouring it, so that it would drench my crown chakra with this delicious, wondrous, incredibly powerful Florida water. Ooh, that felt good. I feel more alive just even talking about it. So with that being said, YouTube, thank you very much for watching my videos. If you have any questions, feel free. If you want to make any comments, be nice, you know. And that's pretty much it. So thank you, YouTube. Have a beautiful day, and more videos are coming. I must confess that I had planned on making a lot more videos while I was away, but the vacation part of my vacation took major precedence. So I promise YouTube, YouTube, I promise you YouTube, let's do that again. I promise you YouTube that I will catch up as soon as I can, and I'll make more videos and upload them as soon as I can as well. And those of you who know me, you know how I feel about keeping my promises and doing what I say I'm going to do. And some of you know all too well how much it bitches the fucking shit out of me when people don't keep their promises and do what they say they're going to do. Y'all know I could name fucking names. I could be a hardcore bitch about it, but I'm going to be nice. Because it's nice to be nice, right? Right. Okay. Thank you, YouTube. Have a great day. Bye.